Alright, Necrotic Ooze in Tayam. How do you win with it, and what is the Necrotic Ooze package? Okay, so first of all, you have these two wonderful setup cards. Hermit Druid, which is just going to dump your deck into your graveyard, and Survival of the Fittest, which can get any piece you want, including all of the pieces you want, provided you've got the mana to pay for it. Then you're going to want to get your Necrotic Ooze onto the board. Now, if you're casting it from your hand, great. If not, we have these methods of reanimating it, because it is a 4 mana value permanent, can't be brought back with time. Emperor of Bones can also bring in a hasty copy. Shifting Woodland, if it's been around for a turn, can become a copy that doesn't have summoning sickness, and Pulse Mage Advocate can also bring it back. Then we play some haste enablers to make sure that your Necrotic Ooze has haste. So Tyvar, the Goat, 1000-year Elixir, and Lightning Greaves are also options. Hall of the Bandit Lord, give it haste from your hand as you cast it, and you might already have a Marvin lying around that's not summoning sick. You can just inherit all of the Necrotic Ooze abilities. Then you're going to want to make infinite mana using one of these combos, perhaps. So you can tap your Necrotic Ooze for Abzan if you have the right colors, if you have Bloom Tender ability, then untap it, tap it, untap it. You'd never have to give up priority. You can hold priority for this whole sequence, make infinite mana on the stack before anyone can respond at all. And you can also then make infinite white using an Incubation Druid ability. This will only make green and black because you're using the white mana to pay for the untap. The other way is to tap your Necrotic Ooze for mana and then untap it with the Voted Druid, and then use some of the mana that you made to adapt the Necrotic Ooze, say using Incubation Druid's ability or Emperor of Bones ability. That will put some 1/1 counters on it. You can then tap for mana and then untap, which will just eat one of these 1/1 counters, and you can just keep eating the 1/1 counters, making loads of mana, adapting, doing it again, etc. And then you need to kill your opponents. So you can use Walking Ballista as the easiest way. There's also a combo that uses Evolution Witness and Force Mage Advocate and Orcish Bowmasters. And there's also a combo that uses Endurance and Command Beacon and Knight of the Reliquary and Dryad Arbor and Pulse Mage Advocate. That one's long and complicated, but that's the one I use personally. Right, so what is the Necrotic Ooze package? Well, the Necrotic Ooze package is kind of like all of these cards, but you don't need to play all of these cards, right? A lot of these cards are just great in time in general. Like, obviously, we're all playing Devoted Druid, we're all playing Bloom Tender, right? Some of these cards are good in time, and some of them you might not run in your list if you're not playing Necrotic Ooze. Like, maybe you don't really feel the need to play 1000-year Elixir, but because you're playing Necrotic Ooze, you want to have that extra source of haste. So really, all of these cards are in the package, but not really all of them are mandatory, and it's up to you to decide how many of these cards you want to run versus not run. I would say though, even if you're not on Necrotic Ooze, you'll still see all of these cards appear in lists that don't play Necrotic Ooze. So that's the benefit, is you really don't have to make your deck worse, but you might want to tune it to include more Necrotic Ooze cards. Now, what are the advantages of Necrotic Ooze? Well, it's a time-free win con, which is awesome, because sometimes your time gets locked behind a Drannith or removed a bunch of times, or it's just answered. It can win very quickly and aggressively, so you can potentially see some turn 3 wins pulling out your Necrotic Ooze, and it can kind of win out of nowhere. You don't have to have much of a board. Survival of the Fittest becomes a 1-card win con, because it can just get all of the pieces. Hermit Druid and Emperor of Bones, once your Hermit Druid is able to tap, this is kind of a 2-card win con, because you can get everything in your graveyard, and then play the Emperor, get your Necrotic Ooze back, and win. So, makes the deck a bit more resilient, gives you extra options, it's very explosive, and it's really fun as well, okay? There's so many different play patterns that you can unlock, there's so many different combos that you can explore, so many different lines that are still out there waiting to be found. So, I'll put in the description of the video a link to the Tayam Discord where you can come and ask any questions that you have. You can also leave questions in the comments, and I'll also put some deck lists, including my own deck list, for some time lists that are on Necrotic Ooze. Credit goes out to Pixel for being the person to first start testing Necrotic Ooze. Really great find. Fantastic. Alright, much love. Goodbye, everyone.